Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another first Descendant video. So time to finally have a look at Ultimate Bunny in Season 3 for mobbing in the Axion plains. Now with the launch of Season 3, Bunny felt a bit weaker because the enemies are a lot tougher in the Axion plains, level 190. Plus we also have a few big elite monsters that pop up and skills alone weren't enough for Bunny to take them out. People like Bunny and Inez were struggling against the elites. The mobbing was still okay. But what they've done is with the 4th September update, they have buffed Bunny quite a bit. And they have buffed her damage from her passive, the Rabbit Foot, which is the double jump she does. And other abilities also got a slight increase to her damage. You hit more targets with your Thrill Bomb. Your Lightning Emission does a little more damage. But the maximum power, which is your 4th ability, which is basically like a beam rifle, that does a lot of damage and uses electricity, that got a three times increase, so it does a lot more damage now. Among the mods, once again, you have several that got some improvements. The electric charge module, you do more damage from your double jump now, and at max charge you do 5 times more damage. So max charge is basically when you double jump and you hit enemies, you keep adding charges, and when you reach 100 charges, it will do a massive amount of damage when you have the max charges. So again, this is easy to get the charges. So yeah, so you'll have to adjust your playstyle, and this is the module that I'm making the build around. So let's look at the build, some adjustments that I've made to the build with the external components and things like that. And then I'll show you a footage of the first creator mission, which is the one I used to test all my builds. And the biggest surprise was I got my fastest clear time, or equal fastest clear time, with Bunny. So surprisingly, I cleared the first creator mission solo in 4 minutes 25 seconds with Bunny, and I got so curious I ran the same mission again with Ultimate Clay with a full 600 fire rate relic that I've been using, and surprise surprise, I got exactly 425 with Clay as well. So she's as fast as Clay, and I've been mostly using Clay because she has been so fast and easy to clear missions with, and now Bunny can do it just as fast. Now you have to be a bit careful with how you deal with the elites. Basically, what you need to do is you run around. You have to constantly jump. This is how you will be playing. No running. You have to just jump, double jump everywhere. So double jump, double jump, double jump. And then when you reach an elite, you take out your beam rifle and you do constant damage. And also remember to double jump here as well. Now with the Scarab and those elites, what you need to keep in mind is their attack pattern. So what I would say with the Scarab, make sure to attack him with your 4th ability when he's doing his sort of rings of damage, the circular rings he pushes out, the fire rings. Then use your 4th, because otherwise if you just use it normally, he'll be running around, he'll interrupt your 4th and break your 4th beam basically, and you'll lose the cooldown, or he'll burrow and then come out and damage you and again interrupt your 4th ability. Okay, so let's get into the build here. Very minor adjustments. If you saw the electric condense build, this is more or less the same. Only change is we are using electric charge, and instead of HP, I'm using Descendant. Because I have a lot of HP, I decided to test without this, and we are comfortable. We have 10k HP without an HP module. So if you put an HP module, you will be looking at around 20,000, close to 20,000 HP. So because 10k is comfortable, I did not want this much, and I was not struggling with 10k because again, I don't personally like glass cannon builds with like 5,000-6,000 HP. So I like to have at least 9,000-10,000, and so we are getting 10,000 without an HP mod. So I decided to put Decimator because this gives us 50% more skill power when you defeat enemies, and because there are so many enemies, you have this up most of the time. We are losing 20% skill power with the maximized conservation, and we'll get 50% here. So this loss is completely offset. Anyway, so quick recap on the build. We are using 1 cooldown with nimble fingers. We are using power increase instead of focus on electric. We are using singular specialist instead of focus on singular. We are using 2 range mods, skill expansion, amplification control, because we want max range. So 300%, you can see range 7 meters is 21 meters now with the max range. Using these 2 mods, and of course quantum domain and the nodes from Arche Tuning. We have singular amplification, electric amplification, We have strong mentality and maximize conservation to reduce our cost. This helps us because we can keep running, and also with our fourth ability, our electricity cost will be reduced so that we can use the beam rifle longer with the fourth ability, which is sort of like a beam rifle. And yeah, so this is the build here. The trigger module is power beyond. We are using only the first option, the skill power increase. We get 15% skill power, which is fantastic. So if you see here, we have 0.89. If we remove this, we have 0.74. So it's a free power increase. I've tried other mods, but the power increase is still the best. So we are going with power increase. You only need the 15% here. Don't worry about the second void recharge thing, because we are not, the skill is not activated with any of our abilities. It's just the extra power that we're using. The external components, I'm using 2 pieces of ascending armory. This gives us a lot of HP defense, and of course MP recovery and max MP, stuff like that. And skill cost reduction 6.5%. We are using 2 pieces of plague set, so memory and processor. With these two, we are getting singular skill power 5% increase, and also more HP. So this is how we can get 10k HP without an HP mod. We have tingling singularity reactor. So this is the same. We have skill cooldown and singular skill power boost ratio as the options. Gun mounting, I have the Python over here, and you need 13% sprint speed to get 1600. So basically, if I'm using, let's say, the dagger here with no sprint course, I'm getting 1500. And if I have at least 13% on my gun, I will get 1600. So that is the only reason I have this here. We are not using the gun. This is pure skill based. You'll see later in the video. Now for the Arche tuning, this is the setup I've gone for. So we go with the skill setup here, MP recovery. We take all the skill in the middle. We take the range. We take the enhanced skill. We take some MP recovery modifier here, a few skill and MP nodes here. We go through the middle, take all the MP. We go right. We don't want the MP. So sorry, the cooldown. We go right. We take the skill. We go up to the Mutant Cell. We take electrocution vulnerability. This is for enemies that we inflict with our electrocution. We'll get more skill power, so helpful against the elites. And then we take the rest of the MP to increase our MP so that skill cost is not an issue. So this is the Arche tuning setup. With the inversion reinforcement, again, we are reducing the skill cost, increasing the MP with selective neurostimulation, and we are taking a little bit of range with deploy resonance device. The rest of it is for Nell, so it doesn't apply to Bunny, but we'll still get 4.9% duration and cooldown of 20 seconds, but 10 seconds we'll get a little more duration. So that is basically the Bunny setup. And like I said, you need to double jump constantly to take full advantage of this. And like I said, I was getting insanely good times. Of course, you'll need a little bit of practice, especially against the elites. You can take the exterminator if you want, just to break the shields, and try to get all the fire rate and fire modules on it. And for the build, you can try and get expand weapon charge and recycling genius to get a little more ammo. The rest of it is not that important. You can take fire rate and some ammo and fire enhancement and fire priority. We want to increase the rounds per magazine to 9 here, because reload is slow on this. We want to pull it out and do a bunch of damage to the elites. We are only using this against the elites. We're not taking out ships with this and stuff like that. The pincer comes out with his claws. You have to break his shell basically, and so you can use it there. Other than that, it's not needed, and you'll see in the footage I've done the full mission without requiring that. So yeah, Bunny is now equal with Clay in terms of fastest clears. Of course, you'll need a little more time practice to be consistent, but you can watch my clip and see what I'm trying to do. But basically, double jump everywhere and use your fourth against the elites, and yeah, you'll be fine. And surprisingly, Bunny is very good now. Of course, Clay would be easier. You can just pull out your restored relic and shoot, but Bunny is also not bad here. So yeah, I'll leave you with the footage of the first creator mission, which is the one I use with all the descendants. And yeah, hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think, and see you next time.
Descendant, alarm large cluster of breach creatures has been detected in the area. Breach creature response confirmed. Approaching location. Vulgus Special Assault Ship identified. Descendant, Vulgus comms traffic is increasing at your location. It looks like Legion of Breach troops have been deployed. Vulgus Special Assault Ship identified. Vulgus Special Assault Ship spotted. Descendant, requesting takedown of enemy assault ship. Picking up void mutant signals. Be careful. Follower squad approaching in encircling formation. Respond immediately. Vulgus Special Assault Ship spotted. Descendant, primary tactical objective confirmed in Operation Zone. Please take it out.